Hello and welcome to day 10 of a Play Sheet Podcast's team breakdowns for the 2021 NFL Draft. First up today, we have the Miami Dolphins. Despite finishing above the Patriots for the first time since 2008, the Fins narrowly missed out on the playoffs in 2020 with their 10-6 record good for second in the AFC East. At times, the defense looked indomitable, and the team undoubtedly took a great step forward from a disappointing 2019 season. Miami has been one of the busiest franchises in terms of wheeling and dealing over the last couple of years. They go into the 2021 draft with 8 picks, though they have held 20 different selections at one time or the other. As things stand, they have the 6th and 18th picks in the first round, the 36th and 50th in the second, a third rounder, a 5th and 2 sevenths. So just like the Jaguars, Miami have 4 picks in the top 50. It would be quite a surprise if, with their first pick at 6th overall, they didn't go for a wide receiver. Who they take depends only on what the Bengals do, but assuming that Cincinnati do the sensible thing and bolster their O-line, LSU's Jamar Chase will go off the board at 6th overall for the Dolphins. Since dropping a first-round pick on Devontae Parker in 2015, the Fins have underinvested in the wide receiver position. Parker has been solid enough, but 22 touchdowns in 6 seasons isn't the return the team would have wanted when they drafted him so high. Next up, with the 18th pick, the Dolphins will move on to the pass rush. As previously mentioned, the defense looked great at times in 2020, but that unit is now missing Shaq Lawson, who's playing in Texas, and Carl Van Noy, who returned to New England. And that's a lot of sacks, pressures and quarterback hits that have left the team, so don't be surprised to see the Dolphins go for an edge rusher here with their 18th pick. There will probably be a bit of a run on the position around that spot, with Kwity Paye, Jalen Phillips and Azeez Ojulari all leaving the board in relatively quick succession. Miami will probably get beaten to Paye, but Phillips will be more than a consolation if still on the board. The rangy 6'5" rusher blossomed last season at the University of Miami and would line up as an outside linebacker in the Dolphins 3-4 base. Now, after these two needs are addressed, there are a few ways the Dolphins could go with their second rounders. I'm not a huge advocate of paying running backs or drafting them early, but if Najee Harris or Travis Etienne are still on the board at 36th overall, it could be too tempting for the Dolphins not to buy it. Miami's O-line has been garbage for the last 2 seasons, but equally they've also invested a fair amount of capital in the last couple of drafts. Tackle Austin Jackson and guard Robert Hunt were first and second round picks respectively last year, while Michael Deiter was a third a season or 2 before that. They'll pick up a tackle at some point, but just probably not until the later rounds. Instead, rounding out day 2 and 3, expect more defensive reinforcements, especially across the D-line and the edges. And that's the Dolphins.